a person's name.
Really?
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so it's like Herbert, Evan,
Henry Edward Bryant and shit.
Bert, fucking Berenstain.
It's Herman E. Butts grocery store.
Yeah, Herman E. Butts. That's
Shout
why he definitely had to be called HEB. It was called.
And the only reason I know that is because they used to be a we supplied like candy to them when I worked at the candy factory, and they bought Chico sticks. But the invoices we would send them had the full name printed on it, and I was like, "Who is Herman E. Butts Grocers?" And they were like, "That's HEB," and I was like, "Oh."
Good thing you have that nickname. What happened?
I like the shit.
Oh yes, I love it. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Yes,
is that a glass?
It's giving me very 90s video. I love it.
No, it's not. I'm still cheap. You know, it's not you know, I ain't never doing that. No.
I thought you switched up on the game.
No. I'm not ever gonna do that. I do have this adorable color change cup though that I have my water in today. So that's
and we're all showing off things. Shout out to that nigga Baylor. All over there.
Yeah, shout out.
I need to buy one. I love that. I need that, so I'm gonna have to pick that up.
Truly. Okay, so give me a second because I feel like I never share it while we're doing this, so I'm gonna do that.
Oh yeah, people got do antics.
Yeah. Let me see.
Don't be a grown man with a loose tooth.
What are you eating?
Okay. First, I'd have to be a grown man, like, so that's where we starting. Like, I'm already not.
I seen a meme the other day, and it was like,
I just bought this.
What happened? Is that?
I just bought this. I just bought it.
What is happening?
She ate it.
Oh my god! Was she not? What was it? Is it like a toy?
Bitch, it was a koala. Look, it had ears.
But
was it for him?
Yeah, it used to squeak. And not even.
He did what he
Where is the squeak? Has it been swallowed?
It's just puffs of air coming out. I just
hear it. When your dog fart and you hear a small squeak, you know it swallowed the toy.
They eat everything, so that's not surprising. They eat everything, so that's not surprising.
Hey guys. This is all Docked Up. I'm Chris. That's VJ down there. Penrose up top again. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry, I'm like still over here trying to share stuff to Facebook. But yeah, so what's up, guys? What are we doing today?
We're gonna talk about Mary J. Blige,
the queen of motherfucking hip hop.
Man, truly.
Yo,
truly monumental day and a bad bitch.
Yes, like in the wearer of all blondes. Like, let's talk about it.
All the blondes and the wearer of all the bad bitch boots. Like I'm still
all the bad bitch up to my navel boots. Do you hear me?
She was
all
on
the boots that Diddy Bop in.
Mama was dancing out here talking about a crispy chicken wrap, and she should have been trying to put out the boot.
That's what I wanted. Thank you. I so wanted to talk about that.
Where's the boot line, Mary? Where are the boots, Mary?
Listen,
I want boots. I don't want no chicken tortilla wrap. I want boots.
The fact that Mary J. Blige did a fucking
Bitch, I want the styles
commercial. Like,
yes.
That's legendary.
I want the fashions, Mary, not the chicken.
I want the styles, not the fucking. Please,
not
I'm saying though,
like.
The McDonald's, hey, Burger King might have, like, can you imagine if Popeyes had her sing about the goddamn chicken sandwiches? Niggas was dying over them sandwiches.
Well, first of all, Popeyes would have tried to pay her in Trident layers. That's why she is not a
See, loving the hair, VJ.
Thank you very much.
Listen. That one, remember that guy that was singing, I got Popeyes? Yo, they drugged that nigga. I thought I got drugged on Twitter. No, they drugged that nigga. Woo! Like,
he was happy.
His ancestors came through his face like, nigga, no.
Not the slave in his face.
There was slavery in his face. I absolutely
And I feel like he probably only got like a nice little G for that whole commercial. We'll give you 1,000, Jerome. All right.
He didn't give 1,000. He had already made that video, and they paid him to use it. They paid him $300 and told him he could have free chicken for like 6 months.
He didn't want that deal, but his mom's was like, nigga,
You better take that shit.
The whole family could eat.
right.
And you owe me $500. Okay, hey guys, so we're discussing Mary J. Blige's My Life, the documentary on Amazon. It's an hour, 20 minutes. It feels longer. Does that make sense? Like it took me through some things.
Yeah, I tried to take notes and I took notes, but I was just sitting there and I was like,
right, just watching it. Right, I feel it. I got some stuff though.
I just sitting there very slack-jawed the whole time, but it was nice. This is produced by Puff Daddy. I feel like Mary J. Blige is the only artist that he hasn't fucked over. Like, so
true story.
She was never
true
signed
story.
to him. Well, she wasn't signed to Bad Boy.
Oh, she wasn't never signed to Bad Boy.
She wasn't signed to Bad Boy, and that is why she has all her money intact. Amen.
And she was there when he was a little beanhead ass nigga.
Uptown.
And didn't have any money in Uptown.
And she was his passion product, so to say, or passion project, like the project that would catapult. Thank you. Mary J. Blige made Puff Diddy, Sean Love Diddy, D-I-D-D-Y.
Hey, what's his name? Papa Diddy Puff.
Papa Diddy
Papa Diddy Puff Pop. Like Cocoa Puff. Like she made that nigga.
Puff Jr. She made him.
She made him. Cheese puffs, all of the puffs.
And
she made him.
The beautiful part about it, which I mean, it's not an important part of the documentary, so I think I can mention it because it's kind of in the middle. The beautiful part about it is that it was her sophomore album, and usually that's your first fall off album.
Yep.
Her sophomore album, which is everybody's favorite from her, is literally the album that made Diddy who he is today. That's pretty fucking dope.
Yep.
It is.
So the reason how Diddy is out here being Diddy and doing this on the side of his pool and shit like that is because of the Queen Mary J. Blige. Like,
you niggas would have never Harlem shook had Mary J. never went through shit.
Nigga. Y'all have never had no special deliveries.
None of that.
Y'all have never had no woes.
Y'all
never had none.
What family?
Nigga. The what family? Who are you? Like
we wouldn't have got that footage of that nigga falling off a motorcycle and still having to pay Sting every time somebody plays the song. Like, listen, we wouldn't have got none of that.
None of that.
Look, no white parties, no yachts, no nothing.
Right.
No yachts.
She is the
niggas wouldn't know what
the only one.
Well, at least she's not in. Yeah, everybody else is somewhere smoking crack or being in a house with a bunch of other has-beens or, hey, Aubrey, I see you, girl.
Hey, Aubrey.
If you look at the Bad Boy roster, Biggie's dead. Craig Mack turned into a Christian, then went crazy. Black Rob just died. Fucking Loon and G Depp both turned to fucking Muslim.
Because like you gotta run. I'm like, because everybody finds shit in jail. You know that.
No, that's for sure. Shine, not one of my.
It's like Christian Mingle. It's like jail is like ChristianMingle.com.
Shine is the fucking governor of like Belize or some shit. Now wherever the fuck you from.
Good for him. Shit. Listen, he had to take a gun charge. Like, listen, you know what? This is not about.
Right.
This is not about Sean.
I would just say that he deserves. And if that motherfucker wants to be the mayor of Belize, of Costa Rica, if he can find a way to be the president of Haiti, like John D did a perm. And then
John got a perm award dress. Jesus,
and he did.
Got exposed. Like,
and then worked for Bootleg Ooper.
BMF went down fucking with Puffy. What are we talking about?
He did, you know, he did show up like he had to, you know, drive at 8 and then wop bop a loop pop at 9. That's fine. Like, he was there. He had to meet you at the trap, but after he did his perm and did his driving, and that's fine. Like, it's going down.
It's definitely going down.
At the mile round, it's going down.
It was a lot. God, and the thing about it is I really love Young Jock. First, bless him. Okay, Diddy, you just
We
fucked
all
up a lot. I'm so glad Mary J is all right. By no, because
hey, yo, can we flip what we just said though? Can we flip what we said? And all of the things that we just gave positive about Diddy, is all of the fucked up shit that happened to everybody else because of Mary J?
She done catapulted this nigga to a place where he can just
she can just do whatever the fuck, like squander people's dreams.
Mary J is the reason.
Yo, she is the reason.
We ever worked with, the only one that's straight, and everybody else somewhere.
Okay, so listen.
This is not about Diddy either, by the way.
This is not. One. I'm trying to reel it in.
He did executive produce it though,
and he's in it. And
this is usually what happens before we press go.
So welcome. The documentary comes in and she says something that is like literally from then on, like I was tuned in, I was locked in. She said success comes when you are successful inside, right? And how many people do we like look at on TV or look at on social media that looks like they have it the fuck together and they hella don't, and we be so fucking hard on ourselves for just being regular ass people and just going through the same kind of shit, just on a different scale. It's fucking crazy. Y'all didn't really write no notes. Okay, 13 albums, right? She had 13 albums in total. Yep. To me, the most important ones are the first two. My Life is 25 years old, I think now. 25, yes, 26?
And that's 25. It's, at the time that this documentary came out, it was
27 now.
Yeah, so
I think it's 27 now.
Right. So at the time the documentary came out, it was 25 years, and that's kind of why we are doing this, why this documentary is being filmed. Because I guess what people don't know is she has all these albums, and so she really has not performed any of the material from My Life. I guess because it was such a sensitive thing for her that she really had not performed any of it. So when we see her doing these performances that are cut into the documentary, this is really some of the first time she's performed these songs since she was doing promo for the album when it came out.
Oh wow!
Right.
Real shit. Now that I think about it, we were singing about the dancery for a minute and never seen nothing else at the goddamn shows. You're right.
We was just in the dancery.
We were just in the dancery.
Hateration and a holleration was over there. Like we really wasn't like taking a look at our lives and shit.
In the windows of the dancery, waving at the hateration and holleration. Because it couldn't get in.
Outside. You better stay outside.
Don't ruin my good time. We in here. Don't ruin my good time.
So go ahead.
No, I just said.
Okay. So she at the beginning we kind of like go back into like where she like became like the person that she is today, like how she fell in love with music and stuff. And one of the songs she said that used to like really stick out to her was Everybody Loves the Sunshine. I forgot who sings it, but yes, Everybody Loves the Sunshine
by Roy Ayers.
Yeah. You can have in the sunshine. Everybody knows that song, right? Okay. So that was like the first song that like really connected her to music. Who else did she say that really inspired her? Like basically like what the Anita same people Baker. Everybody say? Anita Baker, Aretha Franklin. Oh, for sure. That was so
that like cutting where they were singing together and she was telling her not to cry. God. Oh my God. I wanted to cry. It was so beautiful. Bitch. I could really tell that she had an admiration for her, like she, in a way that singing those songs by Anita Baker, I feel like that saved her. That brought her out of some of that darkness that she's talking about, which a lot. So, trigger warning for anybody that is suffering from any type of depression or maybe having some type of mental illness that they are working through. A lot of this is discussing those types of things. So if this is going to be a difficult watch for you, we're just kind of letting you know now because that is a lot of what this is about.
Yeah, very much so. So we could go back to like her parents and stuff, right? Her parents were divorced. Right. She seemed to be a daddy's girl. And then, like most families, when that shit happens, sometimes there needs to be a relocation of somebody, right? So the mom and the kids, I think she's got two sisters and a brother, or one sister and a brother.
At that time, it was just her and her sister.
Her and her sister. Okay.
But I do think she has a brother.
The brother's from the second marriage.
The second stepdad. Got you. So moved the mom and the two daughters moved to like a super bad neighborhood. Slobum, right? That's the projects. Yeah. I don't really know what that's like, but I know what projects is like, so I get it. Like,
I was say everybody's been to a project.
I mean, they're generally all the same. Like, very like you can't have no dreams here. Like you'll never leave from here. Like very
your life settle in.
Very crabs in the bucket vibes.
Yeah.
Like for real.
If you've ever been to the projects, imagine like a shitty ass community college that has a dorm. But with like
not comparing the project buildings to a dorm room.
No, I'm not comparing it to a dorm room.
Is it because of the brick walls?
but think about like how community colleges that have dorms, how they're set up. That shit is like they're in their project life. You're just missing the hard ass, heavy ass doors and like the extra door. Like there's like two doors in a project hallway.
And that whiff of like urine.
Like anywhere. Like it's it's bad when you're walking through a project and you're like, I didn't smell no piss today. Like, you know what I'm saying? That should be a highlight. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
that be a highlight of the day.
And as somebody who might have, fucked somebody at a community college on a twin extra long bed.
You better tell me about that twin XL.
To my knowledge, that's what I recall. He would, he met me at the door and we walked in and I was just like, ugh.
I ain't on front. I went to the door one time and I was like, what the fuck is happening here?
Yeah, I was like looking around like, you live here? Like, you pay to live here. And he was like,
I didn't even know that community colleges had dorms, y'all. So, like, let's start there.
Like, some of them do. Not all of them.
Not all of them, no.
Yeah, but they do have dorms.
Those ones that you hear about niggas coming from out of state to go to that community college, for some reason, niggas do.
They do. And the person's bed that I was on definitely did that. So...
So anyway,
shout out to you, sir, wherever you are. I know your ass didn't graduate because you wasn't going to class. So whatever. Shout out to you, sir.
That nigga name was Mike from Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Woo!
Okay, so terrible neighborhood is what we getting at, y'all.
Very bad.
But she super looked up to her mom. Her mom always was in the house singing, dancing. She was a nurse as well, just really just doing every fucking thing that she could to make sure that wherever they were stabilized, right? But, we'll do that. So then, of course, like when your parents be around you singing and stuff, you also feel inclined to do the same thing. She never fucking cared who was around her. She would just belt out shit just whenever, however, like, because it kind of helped her zone out from being where she was and in the situation she was in. So it's what she did. She mentioned in the documentary how like she really loved to like sing and shit, but she could never really see her, like she couldn't ever dream it. Like it was like something that she could like, that it could be more than just something to help her block out the bad shit, right?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think that really speaks to that mentality of being so beat down that like it. I guess what are you so far in the forest that you can't see the trees? Like the forest is you having like you're so far in that you can't, and you're singing to block all of this out that it's never occurred to you that you could sing to get out of this. Like this,
where you are
to get out. And yeah, I mean, a lot of that goes back to what she was saying at the beginning about, if you are not good and successful on the inside, it doesn't matter what the outside is. It's never going to feel the way it looks to other people.
Right.
And something you brought up when you said she was a daddy's girl, I think because the transition of talking about her parents breaking up and then moving to the hood, it kind of goes pretty fast. But I mean, I guess, it's a self-explained story. But I think when she said, my mom shouldn't be here, she shouldn't be going through this type of situation. She shouldn't have two girls in this violent environment. I shouldn't be walking around feeling like that if I want something, somebody else is going to try to take it from me because they're jealous.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think all
that's
of that,
literally how it is in the projects. Like you
Yeah.
really can't have anything. Like
shit. And it's like when
You
you
can't have
really think
anything.
about it, when you think about that environment and how it really becomes that, it's like I feel like her going from having that brief moment where she remember being happy and remember listening to records with her dad and her parents are together and then they split. It's like when you don't understand why you just went from an okay life to fuck. We fighting girls every day. I can't smile. Motherfuckers always on some other shit. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of that came from that as well. So
she definitely says she never smiled as a teenager. Like
I mean,
Like-
the pictures would back that up.
right.
yeah,
Exactly.
very true.
The pictures would validate that statement. So I guess the good part of this is that she was not shy, and I think that's what made this kind of, I mean, not overnight success, but literally kind of like it happened very quickly for her. Like she, which I didn't know this was a thing, but apparently you could go to the mall and record songs.
Yo,
Yes,
You
yes,
didn't know that was a
yes.
thing?
Yes, that was
Never
definitely
heard
a
of
thing.
that.
Dog, niggas,
So many little niggas like used to make fucking demos and shit.
dog, go straight to the middle of the mall. Nigga had like a 12 by 12
booth.
in the middle of the mall. He be sitting at the front. It's got glass. Everybody walking through the mall can see you recording your shit. You pay that nigga like $25. You just cut an album.
Ours was like more like into the mall, like against the wall, like it
an
wasn't a
actual store in
kiosk.
the mall.
But like, yeah,
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
just
you
was
could
in a
definitely-
booth in the middle of the mall, and everybody could see you. And you would just
and
make
you'd be like,
just in the mall in the booth.
Yeah, see, all them know. Yeah. Like real shit. Right. They can't hear you, but they see you with the moves and shit. You know what
I
I'm saying?
don't know. Y'all teach me. I swear to God, y'all teach me. Y'all teach me some new shit every time we record this on. Y'all teach me something new every
yes,
time we
it was more,
record.
it
'Cause
was
I
more
have
in the corner.
never.
Now,
And
where
then-
I'm from in Northland, it was the middle of the mall. And then in Fairlane, the joint was in the corner. Fairlane was the more like well-to-do mall. Northland was like, niggas, please come. We losing money. So they just put that shit like right there. But yeah, that shit was a real thing. $25 boy, you 13 years old with a drink.
Woo,
Yeah.
get that hot cassette tape, nigga.
That is amazing. We need to defund something in the mall and replace
bring that back.
and bring that back. I would love to see that in person. That 4x4 record.
4x4.
That's please stop.
Niggas whole label design is just a fucking we out here.
Oh my God.
It's a picture he took of y'all before y'all went in the booth, nigga.
Right.
It's people walking around the food court in the back. It's an Auntie Annie's pretzel like banner in the back.
You coming out the booth talking about I'll be back and going to Jamba Juice real quick. Like, yeah, nigga. Shit was real.
Yeah,
Borrowers and shit.
yep.
Yo,
Didn't they just end up turning all of those motherfucking things into like the place where you used to take those pictures with those tacky backgrounds?
yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I remember.
So now you already know how your brother's mind works.
They had like hearts and shit in the background.
Yes.
Whoever came up with the idea to make these things happen, are they really the reason that everybody on Bad Boy got
We are going to Russian nesting doll this to death. Like, we're gonna figure out who's to blame. We're gonna figure out who's to blame.
Oh,
I
shit.
digress. She makes this demo in the mall, and her stepdad apparently knows some people, and the stepdad hands the demo off.
Yes. So
Jeff
the
Rand.
demo, she's singing. Yeah, Jeff Redd. She's singing Anita Baker's Rapture, right?
Right.
Her stepdad gives it to his friend, and he takes it to fucking Andre fucking Harrell. Like that's it.
Like
that's literally it.
He heard it
That's
and was
literally
like, "I'm going to Yonkers." Like that nigga was like,
Where's she at? Oh, I'm gonna go tomorrow. Like
and just pulled up in Yonkers in his Benz and his fucking Coke outfit, and
Right.
and
Right.
she was like, "Bitch, you finna get robbed. Come upstairs."
Like,
Because I felt unsafe for him.
Like she was like, nigga, you know what that feeling feels like.
Yeah.
So like, invite your friend over to a place that you know they not gonna fucking, that they know they don't think it's kosher. Like, you like, just hurry, just
come on, just come on.
Nigga
Okay, we'll talk about it in the house. Can you just come inside?
Just come inside when you get off the corner.
The first time somebody came to my house and was like, "Why you ain't got no porch light?" I said, "You asking too many questions. I got one."
And the wrong ones. You
asking incorrect fucking questions. First off,
yeah,
are gonna be safe here. That's that same kind of feeling you get. Like, just come on in the house.
Like,
get inside.
Am I gonna be safe here? You will be safe if you come the fuck inside and quit standing on the fucking porch with no porch light. If you come inside where a bitch got a gun and control some shit, like, we can lock the door, you'll be fine.
Then we're fine.
You want to have conversations on this dark ass porch? If you don't shut
right, and don't look nobody in the eye. Don't look.
Why are you talking loud? Don't.
Why did you run that red light? Because in Detroit, it's a stop sign, bitch. It's a
suggestion, sweetheart. Come on.
Too much can happen at a stoplight. Okay, so literally that's it, guys. They don't really tell us like what the time span is, but to me it felt like 48 to 72 business hours. Really? Like
because it was literally like they're talking about 89, the end of like whatever, and then the album comes out like 90, like 91.
Yeah.
Like we talking about she got signed, and like a year later, Mama had an album. Like whatever.
Whatever the time frame is for other things to be happening in that shit. But I love how just drinks come out of the fucking, they just come out the door for you. That's amazing. I love it.
I just had that same Red Bull.
This is the best.
You and Schools got the same shirt. We just had the same Red Bull. You got
it. Okay, so he came to see Marion Yonkers. I just wrote that Andre came dressed to get robbed. He went to her living room and basically was like, "Okay, sing," and she literally sat there and sang the entire Anita Baker Rapture album.
Which
like the whole,
I don't got it.
I could never.
I didn't. So
I could never.
I love Anita. Before my stepfather died, his claim to fame was he dated Anita Baker in middle school. I'm like, yo, nobody gives a word.
I love when niggas hold on to minuscule
honestly,
things. Honestly,
did he hold her hand? Because I too would like to hold his hand because he held me. Like, I'm asking all the questions. You did what and what happened, and how can I also do that? Like, I want to do that. Can I date Anita Baker in middle school?
Like, what was she like in middle school?
What was she like? What kind of pistols did she use? Did she have a trapper keeper? Do they have trapper keepers?
I feel like somehow she was still sultry. Like I don't know how.
I can't see.
Yeah.
I can't imagine, but
with a 30-year-old face, like
is that spot on? Because like everybody in like that era looked 50, no matter how old they were. Like it's fucking insane. Like they all had like mustaches and like it was a lot. Like everyone looked 45. Like it was a lot.
Real shit.
Oh my god! I just imagine Anita being in middle school, like cutting out like shapes and shit, and like doing that. Like, what's she doing that? Like
singing through her
waving the safety scissors and shit. Waving around her finger and shit.
Right.
No, taking the glue cap off and smelling the glue.
Like, what? I'm gonna ride it for you.
So she did that. Andre was blown the fuck away. He told her that, bitch, you should be singing for royalty. What is you doing in Yonkers?
Right.
He said,
exactly. Come on, girl. Okay. So, the way the documentary is broken up, it's broken up into like sections. So then this section that we kind of roll into is titled "Life Can Only Be What You Make It," right?
Right.
So Andre takes her to fucking uptown, right? And she goes and sings a cappella for Puff Daddy, right?
Right.
At the time, Puffy is dating, and Shout out to us doing a documentary. We could call this nigga Puffy.
Hey.
Okay, so Puffy was dating Justin's mom at this time. Her name was Misa.
Right.
And her and Mary were like super, super tight, right? Well, they became friends or whatever. She like did her like fashion. Because what was happening back then is like we have a young girl who's a little rough around the edges. Wait, sorry. Yes. Sorry, I missed that. Wait, I gotta put it back up.
The Spice Adams run.
Yes. The run that he playing in the background of his videos. That's what I imagine Anita Baker doing while she cutting house shapes. This is a time where like fashion houses weren't really fucking with like urbanish kind of like looks and feels. Weren't really fucking with like super young people because it's like, well, what do you know about fashion and you ain't got the kind of money or like things like that. That was the attitude that they were having. So it was very hard for like them to find a fashion house for Mary. So Misa became that fashion house. Misa basically like created the iconic Mary J. Blige look that you guys know, like from the 90s. Like Misa created that because no one else would like. They just
back in the boots and the pleated skirts,
yes.
and I wanted that so bad. Like I wanted
so bad, bitch, with the backwards hat.
Yes, I wanted it so bad.
In the sport the other day. Facts. I seen a chick in a skirt the other day. I said, "What the fuck is going on?"
I may just have to be Mary J. Blige for Halloween because I just can't take it. Like.
We should all take a different era and like we should get a group of
yes. I'm gonna put this in the group chat for the podcast happy hour girls. Pick a Mary, any Mary. Okay, so
literally merry go round.
Okay, so so basically at that time there were other R&B singers, but like there was no body that was doing it like
okay. Autumn had tennis skirts on.
Yes, Autumn, I can see you in a tennis skirt. I can see you in a tennis skirt.
She's from the Midwest. You know, tennis skirts back then. That's every chick we went to high school with. That's all they wore.
Yes. What's the four? I'm trying to tell you, like those first two albums, man, like really, really, like, and the fashion and the style and What's the 411, like that shit was very crazy,
especially I guess to the mainstream. And so for Black people, it was, you know, this is dope. It's cool. It's something that we haven't seen, right? We always, we're still having this conversation today, right? Representation matters.
Right.
And Mary J. Blige at 19, because keep in mind, guys, she was 19 when all this happened. She's a teenager. She's 19 years old, and really, she's just kind of the face of what like all of these Black girls are feeling and looking like. They're like, you know. There's like a little part cut in where the girl was like, I connect with Mary J. Blige through her music and I just want to hug her and talk to her and I feel like I know her. And I feel like that was why her music resonated with so many people.
Real shit.
It felt like they knew her. They felt like this looks like a person that lives next door to me or somebody that I went to school with or the girl I hang with, you know, on the weekends. It felt very close to them.
Yeah, authentic and some shit that you could see if I open up my front door, like, or if I look in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and like you say, representation matters because dudes was already doing it. It was nothing to hear the struggle, and in the sense of living in the same community, a woman could relate to that part of the struggle. But to see a woman talk about what women go through, wear the same style, that you know what I mean. So yeah, like that shit really, you know. Like, shout out to Mary for being the vehicle, and shout out to Misa for having the fucking vision. Because
man, like, and that shit is timeless. That shit is like, I don't care what nobody say. Like, people are still like making some types of like versions of those outfits. Like,
and shout out to Misa Hilton because she has had fucking staying power to know that they were teenagers and she was turning out those fucking looks, and Misa Hilton will still put you together a fucking look today.
Listen. In 15 minutes. You hear what I'm saying?
Shout out to her because she has had serious staying power in the industry, and that is just a testament to what good work that team did.
Is it Mary J. Blige that is giving all of these niggas the glow is what I'm trying to ask y'all.
Mary, listen. And the crazy part about it is you think about how insane that is. All of these people have such beautiful things to say about their experience with Mary.
We already did. We already mentioned it.
how much she gave to them and how much she enriched their lives, and she still felt like it wasn't enough. Like she was giving this light to everyone around her, and she still felt all this darkness.
Right. Nah, but I mean, I think when you in a place and you don't understand yourself, you don't. Especially again when like y'all said, it happens so fast. So it's happening and you're doing it, but you still just yesterday was in a mind frame of this shit would never happen to me. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why she didn't understand the joy and the love that why everybody showed it, or just the energy that everybody received off of her, was because she still was somewhere in her head, like, you know, like she said when Andre told her, like, oh, we about to do this. She was like, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay. The fact that this nigga done pulled up in your projects, that 72 business hours, like you said, like, none of that was enough to make her believe the shit was gonna happen. And even while it was happening, she still was like, I don't know.
At any moment, all this shit could be gone. And she couldn't trust herself to enjoy it because she felt like it was all gonna be taken away.
Yeah. Everybody knew she was the start of something new and a face for women, but she didn't believe it.
She didn't see it. Yeah. So speaking of nothing, she couldn't find anything that made her feel happy or feel good like she did. It came in the form of Casey from Jodeci.
I hate that for her. I hate that for her.
Oh yeah. Casey singing. Like, why you acting behind though? Like,
right. We know you ain't doing the Stevie song, but come on, bro.
And you know the crazy part, like I know this is unrelated, but the thing that always like kills me about like Casey and JoJo and Jodeci is that like there's like a whole generation of white people that are our age, and the only song they know is like All My Life. Like they do not know that.
Oh my god! And I hate that. I hate that song.
I hate it so much because it's TRL every motherfucking minute.
Yes,
every minute of every second of every day. And I was like, dear God,
my god, I hate this song. It's like, and they don't even realize. There's so much more.
So much more Jodeci.
You are the only one, my everything. I'm sorry. It's because we call it the fucking
You're making the dog nervous.
We call it a house.
She don't like it. She's mad. Get this dog away from me. Y'all want a dog? She's free. That's fine. You can take her. She's free.
That's man. So listen, I will never compare Jodeci to Jagged Edge in any like ever way because clearly they killed Jagged Edge. But that song is the equivalent to Let's Get Married in the sense of Let's Get Married is the dollar store version of a motherfucking song. Like you
see, first of all,
you play Let's Get Married at the community.
I know you saw call players wouldn't tell you this.
Fuck that. Niggas when you have
he said, bitch, we ain't doing nothing else. Let's get married. Bitch, what you doing tonight? Nothing.
Well, I mean,
you ain't got nothing going, bitch. Let's get married.
Well,
let's get married says, bitch, I settled for you. Listen to
don't do this because I like Jagged Edge, but don't do this. Don't do this. Jagged Edge make people.
Jagged Edge makes music for niggas that make prison promises and bitches that take them to heart. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
Jagged Edge makes
they make prison promises. Like, what are you talking about? They make prison promise music. Like, damn, bitch, you've been putting money on my commissary for 12 years. When I get out, I guess we can get married. Like, that's
Jagged Edge is what happens if Subway made it. Fuck them.
Jagged Edge makes music for niggas that be on Love After Lockup. Okay, let's move on.
Jagged Edge is Jagged. If Lil Scrappy could sing, he'd form the
Not.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so KC, guys.
Yeah.
Casey, little black ass. That black ass nigga there was fucking up the queen.
Okay, but they have some things, and they have some things that were similar though. They both kind of like he grew up in the church, but they both kind of grew up like not in like the super best situations, like and both using music as an outlet. So she like not only did she like was she madly in love with him, but she also used him as a level to achieve or to like be at because she admired and was like looked up to him and his fucking vocal skills like so fucking much, you know?
Right.
Which is good. I'm glad she learned something.
Yo, when you look at him, you can understand why.
Look, I'm trying to be nice here because domestic violence is not something that I'm so sorry.
No, I know.
I'm
it was
trying to
just
be nice because I want to be ugly, but I understand the situation. So I was just like, you know what?
Right. Yeah.
Do you know that's the one domestic violence issue in all of like our like history of music where we take to heart that it's not swept under the rug, but you don't hear KC get dragged like a lot of niggas get dragged. You know what I mean?
But I mean, in their defense,
they were like highly
like they were smoking enough crack to.
They were doing all of the drugs, like
I want to drag you, but can I drag you? Like you were doing enough drugs to tranquilize like a fucking stable of horses. Like, what am I supposed to say? Like, were you in your right mind for any of it? Like,
that's why the ends of fucking Jodeci songs would be so long and shit, nigga, because they be forgetting it's supposed to be over and shit.
He got dragged by cocaine.
They did drag him. You're correct.
They did.
They might still be dragging him, is what I've heard. So
I mean, the last time we saw him, he was picking up. Huh?
Have you heard him in JoJo lately?
Why are we hearing them?
I forgot what I seen them niggas on. For one, JoJo got like the saggy face. You know what I'm saying? And like they sound horrible. Casey sound like he been smoking like a pack of Newports a day.
Okay, that's how he sounded on that video where he stole the chicken from the girl. Remember when he came and took the chicken leg out the bucket?
No.
Yo, before we move on, can we point out the fact that when they introduced KC into this documentary, they showed that picture of him where he looked like Randy Watson from fucking Coming to America.
They surely did with that Jerry curl and everything else, and they didn't have to do that man like that because he definitely looked better than that. They popped him up there, and they had a nigga looking like the villain in every Tyler Perry movie, and I was like, y'all didn't have to do that. And also, Tyler Perry made an appearance in this, and I just wrote in my notes like, why the fuck is he here?
Nas there.
Okay, I can accept Nas being
Nas
there.
was another reason why I came up with the confetti conversation we had before, because I was like, this nigga's 50, but still.
Right.
Listen, so they all look great for 50.
Yeah.
Everybody
looks great for 50.
They look like amazing.
I guess that's what money does. Listen, I guess that's what money does for you. Amen. Because I would like to have enough money to look like that at 52. Right,
truly. So, guys, as we said, everything is moving super fast for her. When she's with Casey at first, it all kind of, it's like the only thing that's like helping her feel grounded and helping her like be able to catch her balance. You know what I'm saying? She was scared of this new reality that she was living in. So it was Casey, alcohol, Coke, whatever the fuck, right? Like that's just
Burger King.
And Burger King. So this next part was called "You Should Never Fake It," and this is where the relationship goes bad. Basically, I thought it was interesting that she said, not that she said it, but that it was a thing, that one of the main issues in their relationship was the fact that he didn't want her to feel or be bigger than him.
I think that is the issue with a lot of relationships.
Not
Niggas with
scared for their women to be bigger than them because then you're not looked at as a man. At least that's what they think.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is a lot of it.
You're thinking about the patriarchal 90s too, where hip hop was the leader. And for R&B, I mean, shit, especially when niggas got to singing about real love again, like, and that 90s love, like, Jodeci is the reason H-Town had a fucking chance. Think about what everybody was singing about, you know what I mean? So when you got a woman like this and she came on by storm, she by herself, nigga, you with your brother and your
I'm mad you said H-Town, like H-Town got more than 2 songs. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, that was
I don't remember.
It was knocking the boots and they like it slow. What else? Go ahead.
Again, they had it.
But I said, baby, I don't know. I had that tape with one on the A side and one on the B. I don't know.
Those are the two songs, probably.
Those 2 songs on the tape, girl. I don't know.
R&B is what the Sporty Thieves were to hip hop. So I'm not
Oh my God,
famous like that. I'm just saying they had a change.
Sporty
Niggas like Jodeci.
Sporty Thieves, good lord.
was that supposed to be a play on 40 Thieves?
Yeah.
I just 2021. All right.
Part-time girl, never heard of
You
her.
don't remember the Sporty
Oh yes. Okay, 3 songs.
You don't remember the Sporty Thieves from back in the day?
Part-time lover, huh?
You don't remember them niggas from back in the day?
I remember Sporty Thieves, but it just hit me right now that they were supposed to be like 40 Thieves.
Oh, that's why you said 2021. Oh yeah, you was today years old when you realized.
Today years old when I realized that's what they was doing. I was like, this is a stupid ass name.
But yeah, it's very patriarchal, and it's.
I counted 3. I'm sorry.
You also the nigga that said we should excuse Ike Turner's behavior. Them niggas didn't have 5 hits. They had 3.
5 hits. Oh, baby, you fucking pushing it. Now, I was willing to give you 3, but you doing a motherfucking lot.
Okay. I feel like these other H-Town songs that niggas
are just songs that niggas like. They're not hits. Nobody heard them songs. Y'all fucking playing in my face. Y'all playing in my face. They just songs.
Because Sporty Thieves are good. That's why. Listen, niggas who believe H-Town had 5.
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you.
That was on the soundtrack. That was the soundtrack music. I don't know if we count. Do we count those? Because
they don't have 5 hits, girl. They got 2 in a possible. It's a spades hand. They got 2 in a possible. That's all they got. Now enough of that. They don't goddamn H-Town.
And it's a weak spade. It's a weak spade player because that nigga said 2 in 2 possibles.
They reneging. No, absolutely not. No, we're not doing that today.
Hey, listen, niggas who think I gotta get this out. Niggas who think H-Town had 5 hits also agree with Taylor Swift that Kanye didn't make her famous because we all know.
Come on now.
We're
not gonna do this.
Taylor Swift. When she did,
I did too.
Like I like Taylor Swift. Now listen, I'm not sitting here. Here's the thing.
Kanye made her famous in the Black community. If we just got to be honest about it.
I think
my grandmother hated her from American Idol, so
I think
she was very that's where people really knew her from, was from American Idol.
And that's the thing. Like Taylor Swift.
Never seen that chick until I dated a white chick once and she played that bitch and I was like, oh, this is a one-hit wonder. And then years later, Kanye did what the fuck he did. And I was like, oh.
But at that point, she wasn't a one-hit wonder. And that's the thing. Like, she took Black people, but she wasn't a one-hit wonder.
Wasn't. Yeah.
Now that's the wild part of all of that. Like, he did, in fact, but he did make her Black famous.
I made that bitch famous.
He did make her Black famous. He didn't make her white people famous. He made her.
Oh, no, for sure.
No.
But
in
my world,
it was a lot of shrinking herself down and dimming her light for a man, and that made me very egregiously, irrationally angry. So I just kind of had to pause and walk away from the screen before I threw my remote at it, because that is some shit. But it is something that I think most women at some point in their life have had to deal with, whether it be from it sucks.
Just keep talking. Just
she might. I don't know. But yeah, I just feel like I think for most women at some point in your life, you have done something that may not be on that scale of Mary J. Blige and fucking KC, but you have dumbed yourself down or made yourself less smart or pretended to be interested in shit that you weren't interested in, all because this is what you're told you have to do to keep a man happy, to have someone love you. And when you're looking for someone to love you, and that love, you're looking for it in the wrong places, you'll do anything, whether it's rational or not, to get it, to keep it. I mean, she talks about that, how looking back on it, all of it was irrational. She doesn't know why she stayed there. She doesn't know why she dealt with the abuse, but you do it because you want to feel loved. And when you feel like there is nobody else that will love you, when you feel like you are unworthy of the love and affection from other people, then you're willing to just stay there and deal with the devil you know.
All right. Fact.
So, as the relationship is souring, this is where guys. So remember how we said how quick it happened? What's the 411 is already out.
Right.
So
they about to gear up for album too.
So we're starting studio sessions for My Life now. I like that Mary says that she likes control in her sessions. Because to me that means that when she's putting out music, whether you like it or not, it's authentically her, and she's not letting other people tell her story. You know what I'm saying?
Right, she don't got a farm full of motherfuckers contributing one line a piece to the goddamn song.
Right.
Like these people do now. Like,
right.
Yeah. For sure, it definitely did.
I agree.
But so we're on the part now where it's called Say What's on Your Mind. And this is kind of where I think that Diddy and her relationships really solidified here. She's going through it with Casey. He's breaking up with Misa. They're just both like emotionally and like mentally in like a real bad place, right? And he tells her to sing her pain, right?
Right.
And she does. Like that whole fucking album is just like if you're in a mood, like that shit can be very gut wrenching. Like,
hell yeah.
It's
a lot of.
If you on the edge, it's not the one to listen to. It's definitely
not at all.
Okay, for constructive purposes, and halfway through, I was like, nah, let's turn this off.
Right.
Damn.
What up, Sam? Yo, one thing
That's
I want to
true.
bring up, which I thought also played a part into it, that show that looked like TRL 1992. They asked KC, was there an engagement? And he was like, nah, KC ain't never.
Yeah, he blatantly denied her.
Yeah, and they asked, they showed that clip in front of Mary, you know what I'm saying?
We are done with this. And I do say 3. 3 is what we got. That's it.
That's it.
They say 2 impossible. I'm giving you 3. That's it.
He's being very generous here, so I feel like we should move on. So yeah, they're on this show, and he's just like, nah, Casey ain't getting married, blah, 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 which I'm sure is the shit that they tell them to say in order to sell records or whatever. But you're in a high profile relationship with the fucking queen of R&B, like that, the lady who has the hottest R&B album in the fucking country. And y'all doing, and then like they keep interspersing these pictures of them. So they're doing like magazine shit, like shit together. Like people know you're in a relationship.
While he's blatantly denying that
they're
it's not
like it's a secret. Like it's not a fucking secret that you're dating this lady, and you're acting like, no, we're not ever getting married. I don't know what the fuck she. And then and you could tell she was visibly hurt by it.
Yeah.
You could tell she was hurt. Like if she could have just taken off that goddamn mic and walked away and been like, "Nah, I'm good. I don't want to do this shit." Absolutely,
that was the total face of embarrassment. And
she just was like, "I don't have no comment, and let's move on." Like I'm not doing this.
She just saved face because, honest to God, if that was me, I'd have been like, "Y'all can go ahead and cut these cameras. I'm right back." And I'd have been like, "Where's that nigga?" Because now it's time to get this on out the way because we're gonna have to settle some shit. Because that's the number one rule. You're not finna fucking embarrass me. You can do a lot of goddamn shit, but embarrassment's at the top of the list. And that one, we don't do. Thank you.
I mean,
the nigga his kneecap. You
really would have had to do it. Like
the number one rule is don't fucking embarrass me.
That's the one unspoken rule in every black fucking
relationship. Don't fucking embarrass me.
Once I'm embarrassed, it's no going back because now I got to try to explain why I let you live to my mama, my daddy, my cousins, my grandma. Like hell no, I'm not gonna do that. Nope. Nope, not doing
Can't
that.
Do it.
Can't do it. Lady on national TV. That'd have been cause enough for me to push him out the goddamn elevator. So God bless her.
Woo. Woo.
I still have my foot on his goddamn neck. So God bless her. Because
today
he could still be gasping for air 25 fucking years later. Absolutely. He'd still, yeah. I would have my boots up to my navel on, and I would still have that bitch on his neck.
To my neck.
And I'd still have that bitch on his neck.
Listen,
blonde hair on one side, copper on the other, nigga.
Listen,
you know, tennis skirt on, ready.
Let me find out. That's what happens to his vocal cords. But anyway, so JoJo's ex, his brother's ex. So,
I don't know.
I just wrote.
Was it Melissa? I feel like she was a Melissa, or was no?
I don't know.
Shout out to the fact why y'all trying to figure that out. That the same earrings Mary wore in this motherfucking documentary is the same earrings on the cover of My Life. Where's That's the
shit! I didn't even realize that.
Not the same, very similar.
Very similar, yeah.
Hey,
he a dude. He a dude, so he like, you know what I'm saying? But listen.
Yes, Mary stomp on his neck. And from now on, that is what I'm gonna call it. It's the Mary J. Blige stomp on the neck. That's what you call it.
You know how like when you like super amazing, there's that one thing that God gotta like leave out. And as dope as Mary was, is that why she can't dance and she got the Mary stomp? Like
he's like
Mary and Lil Kim dance just the same. You know what I mean? Like
you know what I mean? We all have to have something. The Lord didn't give me any ass, and so He knew. We all have something. So
yeah, it's always something. Some one of us don't have. Okay, so during all this time while he's on fucking TV, blatantly ignoring their relationship and doing all this other stuff, JoJo's ex tells a story of how one day, or how sometimes niggas didn't even know what was wrong with him. Like, and how one day he just came over and Mary was there and he just literally just came over explicitly to beat her ass in front of people. Like, so there was just
none of these people felt like they should call the police.
Nope, not one person. They just let her get beat up.
Everybody is attesting to seeing these ass beatings, but ain't nobody tried to help. Ain't nobody tried to intervene. Ain't nobody tried to call the police. So, I mean, that's nice that they're here in this documentary because they wouldn't get to be in my documentary. Like, what you mean, bitch? You like something?
I'm not condoning this shit, but it's kind of the same reason of why niggas knew R. Kelly was fucking kids and nobody said shit. Some people are afraid of your stardom, and they're afraid that if you go down, now I go down. I lose my house now, my money, and it's fucked up. I'm not condoning it. And we come from a time too where what goes on between this man and woman ain't got shit to do with you. And I think some people use that shit as a crutch because you're right. Your brother there, your niggas is there, everybody's there. Nobody's stopping it.
Scoots, please.
We know he's on crack. We know. We know he's on crack. We know. Just
they weeble wobble, but they don't fall down.
I don't have crackhead strength, but the least I can do is be like, look, you ought to get the fuck out of here. Like, you're not gonna beat her here. I mean,
not here.
And listen, I get it because a lot of times you intervene in people's shit. You don't know how they're gonna act. You're not trying to get your ass beat. You trying to jump in. So I understand up to a certain point. But I'm not going to sit there and watch you beat somebody's ass in front of me. Like, look, bro, you might beat her ass at your house, but you're not gonna beat her ass at my house. Like,
I literally can't have it.
At the bare minimum. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and watch you beat somebody's ass in front of my coffee table. I'm so sorry. Get the fuck out of here.
Like, you gotta have a little respect for me and my
like,
shit.
A little. Like, the fuck? Now I gotta look you in the eye. She got on shades because you done black both her. Like, no. No. Absolutely.
But here is something else to think about. Think about how hard, like, in love she was, and like how insecure she felt, and how literally nothing else felt normal to her for some reason, but him and that chaos and that fucking chaotic ass shit. And so it was very, she even said it. It was very hard for her to fucking leave, like, in that situation.
She
so
played
even
her
if
own self down to be with that, through the beatings, through the drugs, through the mental shit.
To be with him.
Said, I made myself smaller just to be with him.
She
to fit in where she could get in with him. Like, okay, y'all.
And that's the part, that part made me cry. Like, I felt horrible. Because like I said, I think women have done that. I have done that. I have shrunk myself for a person. I have been with someone who beat me, threw me downstairs. I've been with someone who choked me to the point that I think that man thought he killed me. And so it was just hard to see that. But I understand. And I think a lot of times when it comes to domestic violence, people say things like, oh, why don't you just leave or why don't you walk away? But this person has beat you down, not only physically, but mentally, to the point to where you don't think that you
deserve anything else. You have a way to go.
You don't think that you deserve anything better than what you're getting from that person.
It's fucking trash, but it fucking happens, y'all. But all right, I just gotta break up this really quick.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a very hot take. I don't know if I'm gonna.
Let's hear it. Let's.
That I'm Going Down performance was so terrible.
Wait. They do beat you down mentally first. And I'm glad you brought that up because they cut to that. And then I was like, Lord, I ain't gonna make it. I'm gonna walk away. And then she cut in and Mama ain't sung none of the words. And listen, then I was like, what is she doing? And then all of a sudden I felt like,
I can't. I gotta burn it.
No.
Burn it down. Let it burn. Burn.
Look, the first time I heard that song, I think I saw the video at the same time.
Okay. And yeah, let's talk about the original way it was recorded. Yes, let's do that instead.
One of my favorite memories is hearing her voice come on, and it was so beautiful. So when I saw
it, so pretty.
It's so and crisp and clear.
Yeah, just right there.
It was like, you ever been watching something and you like, oh, this is good. I really got to go to the bathroom. And then something happens, you be like, this is some bullshit. And that's when you go to the bathroom. As soon as that shit happened on the documentary, I think I went and DoorDashed or something. Like, what the fuck happened, Mary? Like, that shit was horrible.
Listen, it was terrible, Otto. I don't know.
Shit. I am so sorry. I just want to preface this with a PSA. I have never told a single one of you that I was shit. Like, I've never told y'all that. I consistently said that I was not shit. Just in case
I never gave y'all that idea.
I never said that I was shit. I already know how I am.
It's amazing. That's like the one part where I was just like,
it was just like.
Yeah, I think I was watching it and I just put my pen down. Like I was sitting there enthralled. I was holding the pen up, chewing it. And then she got to singing and I said,
burn.
I don't know what I was expecting, but that was not the fuck it. So I don't know.
But listen. That song, right? Because we're talking about that fucking performance, but that song, it feels like your sister or like your mom or like somebody that you love, a woman that you love so much, and like you're like they called you over and like this is what she got to tell you,
right?
And it's like you sit down and she's like, nigga, time on my hands. And I'm like, oh shit, what he do?
Or you like, you get a phone call, you like, hello, and then you just
time on my hands. Nigga,
who is this shit?
Like, but that shit, like, just thinking about it gives me chills. But like, it's just crazy.
Beautiful song, and I think that is one of the things. Like, remember when people would do talent shows when that was a thing, and motherfuckers thought,
oh my god, and everybody did this.
I thought it was
just a Chicago thing. I thought only Little Bookers in Chicago was doing this.
I heard that song at least 86 and a half times through my whole high school career.
Everyone tried. If you thought you could sing, you tried. You did that song. You absolutely tried that if you thought you could sing. And I think it is just a testament to the music, right? Everyone could feel that. It felt like you called a person and said, hey, I am going through this. Shit is bad. I miss this nigga. Like, please.
Right. Help.
And the thing about it is she's singing about a man, but everyone has felt that. That is non-gender. That's gender neutral.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's felt that.
Nah, because I was gonna say it's niggas that changed the words up at the fucking goddamn talent show.
So they could sing it. Like, exactly. It did not matter. That song resonated with people.
Oh, girl.
your sister. Yes, they did.
Oh,
They did a good job, by the way.
Yeah. So, guys, Mary's depressed at this point, right? She's basically at this point. She even says that she was just trying to drink or drug herself to death. She wasn't like out to like slit her wrist, but she was just going to just continue the fucking toxic things and all the things that she knows is not good for her, just until her fucking heart stopped beating or some shit. I guess
she was just kind of numbing the pain.
And whatever it
took to numb it.
Yeah, that battle of knowing you got your mama, your sisters, your brothers, your stepdad. You're the reason everybody's out the hood. You're the reason everybody's safe. And yet, the way you got them out of the hood came with a lot of bullshit. And so that I feel like that battle of not, again, still not feeling worthy. You are everybody's savior. This bullshit came with it. I'm just gonna deal with this shit until I die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's got to be a fucked up way to think about shit.
Well, I think a lot of it is unresolved issues, right? Like, and I think we get an interview with Method Man in this as well, and later in it, but he's talking about that very thing that, you know, she's one of the lucky ones because she's able to write her feelings and express them and write these songs and then perform them and sing them to kind of work through this pain in a way that most of us don't get to.
Right.
Most of us are kind of locked into whatever it is and we don't have an outlet. And that's what he says. You have these people that die young or die too early or kill themselves because they don't have that outlet. So she has something, but it's not enough, I guess, that if that makes sense. Like, I feel like she's singing these songs and writing these songs and getting these things out, but it's still not enough to feel validated or feel whatever hole she's feeling.
Right.
I mean, we can relate to that on, like, you know, not superstar levels, but we can relate, like, that feeling.
Yes. Mary's one of the people, and when I say this next person, I'm not comparing them talent-wise or anything, because two totally different genres. But Mary and people like Kanye are people, for me, who are the pure example that rich people are still regular fucking people. You know what I'm saying? In the sense that they go through the same shit that people with no money, people with six figures, people with five. Everybody has their mental issues, their relationship issues, their everything. And a person like Mary was able to just put that shit so much on the forefront that you were able to recognize it. You, like you said, we can't relate to the money and the going here and going there and all of that shit. But she was able to show us that she still was going through regular people's shit on a daily fucking basis.
That's Mary.
And I don't think and I think that is really what has been the staying power of Mary J. Blige. We said like 11 albums.
13.
What, 13?
13. And I think that has been the staying power because even I've listened to some of these. I don't think I've listened to in their entirety, but I just don't remember there being a space and a time where Mary was singing about how she had all this money and her Rolls Royce. It's always been very authentic. It's always been very much about her struggles and about her what she's feeling. And that is why she has had such staying power, because it has always been very emotional and very personal to her, all of the music over the span of 13 albums. It is never, and so many times we see artists where we start one place and the music evolves, but it evolves to something that we can't relate to.
Jay-Z is a perfect example.
Right. And I didn't want to bring anybody up. But
oh, sorry. Jay-Z is a perfect example of that, guys.
Yeah, like we got from one place to a completely different other one. And I mean, and that's people, well, your tax bracket changes and you sing about different stuff. And I get that. But I think there's a way to make music and still be relatable. And Mary is really the person that has done that extremely well.
Yep. She really has.
Shit.
We have been able to follow her on her journey of self-enlightenment and you know, regaining self-esteem and her growth through music, but it's never felt inauthentic or like she's changed into a completely different person.
Right, exactly. While she was definitely riding in Maybachs and all of that good shit, she was still tuning and channeling into some shit that we can all relate to. Like, and that's something that she kind of just kept saying, like, she doesn't, like, she wants people to know, like, you know, like, you're not alone. Like, there is somebody else exactly like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe on a different level, maybe in a different place, but like there is somebody that is going through the same thing you're going through, has gone through it, just came out of it, but it's a thing and it's fucking real.
And I think we got a lot of that throughout you'll see that interspersed throughout the documentary. There
absolutely
has like these meet and greets with fans, and I think at some point there's a listening party where they're listening to My Life, and these people are kind of talking about how it touched their lives and how it impacted them. And you
tore me down, bitch. Tore me down.
It did. And I think what's so interesting about that is that you can look at Mary's face and you can see that it still impacts her. Like I think that is again why people love her and the music so much, because these people are coming up to her and telling her, you know, you saved my life. You kept me from killing myself when I thought about, you know, jumping off the ledge, or I thought about whatever it was.
Wasn't it My Life they was listening to? And she was like,
it was My Life.
She was like,
oh yeah. There was some parts of it where she could not, like parts of the documentary where she's listening to it with other people, and she couldn't even she couldn't get the words out. She couldn't even listen to it.
Right.
Like, and that like fucking powerful, bro.
These people were saying, you know, you saved me, not literally, like not in the way where, oh, you know, your music was with me through it. Like she literally
saved my life.
And then they would say that, and she would hug them, but you could see in her face that she was holding back tears because she carries a lot of that young 18-year-old girl, that 19-year-old girl, the little her inside of her, and she says that she does what she does to protect them. Right. And so when fans come up to her and give her these stories, you can see in her face that it still impacts her.
Yeah. Like if we really had to like sit and break down, if you could just take all the music in the world, and if this really could be done, and you took the top 10 most memorable albums, My Life has to be in there somewhere. Like that is one fucking album that since its conception, I mean, it's talked about, it's honored, it's, you know what I'm saying? You didn't even have to have a 25-year celebration for this album for it to be appreciated. It's always just been what it is, you know what I mean? And I think the love for it is gonna always stay the same. And so, just like we were talking about with her impacting the fashion, just in, you know, having a career type shit. If we really think about it, like y'all, you know, May mentioned to, she was representation for Black women, and from then till now, everything she sung about on that album, there's somebody that went through it or is going through it. You know what I mean? And that album stands the test of time. Like I don't know if y'all seeing that in the group chats. When I said Taraji Henson is fucking Taraji is her. J and Mary J can act, okay? Like,
and I hated that you said. I don't disagree, but I hated that you said that because I just begrudgingly watched Acrimony, and that makes me not agree.
Well, girl, baby,
that movie is so terrible.
Well, baby, why would
because first of all, it's so fucking terrible.
But why would you personally go out of your way to seek out Acrimony?
I didn't. First of all, somebody made me watch it.
You went looking for that.
Like, no, I didn't go looking for it. Somebody made me watch it.
Why did they do it? Do they not love you?
Listen,
sometimes I wonder. Like I think so, but like sometimes I wonder.
It was a hate watch. It was a hate watch. It's fine.
And like it's so bad. Like she was so fucking stupid.
I mean, yeah.
Like she just fucking embarrassed herself. I don't know. You know who made me watch it?
Listen, why would you watch that?
Yeah, you guys know who made me fucking watch it. Because I just me and Tyler Perry movies just can't. And I just can't. And he'd be like,
Acrimony was the one where the dude he
she magically levitated onto a fucking boat.
Yes,
that one, where he got his shit together finally and left her and bought the mama house back and all that shit, right?
And that still wasn't.
Well, hold on, not left her.
No, she
left. She put him out.
That's right. Yeah.
And was in fucking fronted him out in front of her stupid ass sisters.
Right. No, because the only reason I'm asking because I honestly
with the other movie.
No, I got it confused with that movie that what's the name was just in with Omar Epps where that nigga was talking.
Oh, I saw that shit too.
Wait, what is it?
With Nia Long and Omar Epps.
Nia Long and Omar Epps. Listen, Omar Epps is like he had hella.
For anybody that's seen that movie with Nia Long and Omar Epps, answer me this one question: What happened to the little light-skinned boy on the porch at the end? Please.
The same thing that happened to Judy. Everybody
in the movie, you know what happened to.
You know what happened to them except for the.
Is that like a stalker or something?
Yes, bitch.
Okay. And the movie that they made 3 of in like 1 year, because then Michael Ealy was like stalking fucking Sanaa Lathan in another one. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, they made like they had every nigga that ever was in a movie and they put them together and was like, you should stalk each other. Here, go.
It was like 3 directors somewhere like, nigga, shit, I got 100 on me. Fucking put them out.
It was like Michael Ealy
have the best.
Like they literally had puzzle pieces with these people's names on. They was like Taraji, Sanaa, Nia, Michael Ealy, Omar,
the little boy
Morris Chestnut, and it was like Mad Libs. They was just like writing in black actors' names, and, like, making the same fucking movie over and over. Then they had one where Michael Ealy was getting stalked by
a white lady,
the one from Million Dollar Baby,
Hillary Swank.
Swank, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I ain't never been bored in my life by a stalker. How are you boring me and I'm supposed to be in suspense like this?
It was like, you ever seen the reenactment?
Like, are you committed to this fucking stalking?
Seem like you really want this.
You're not really committed to this.
You know the shit where I think it was on Dave Chappelle or somewhere where they showed like what really would have happened if Home Alone happened, and the rapper like got the nigga and kicked his ass and all that shit. That's what watching that shit was like Hillary, like, baby, let me show you how to really do this, like, bitch.
You want to fuck with him and play victim, girl. You just want to.
What's happening?
What's the name? Did a better stalker kind of crazy bitch than Hillary Swank? What was the bitch that was in that horrible movie with Beyonce and Idris Elba?
Oh, okay. I can't think of
you mean
Destination. I can't think of
You mean Ali Lauder.
Yep, that's her.
You better stay away from my man. Right? Hi, I'm Beyonce. And you better stay away from Idris.
And I'm from Houston, Texas. And you better stay away from my man.
I'm going to give you the same energy I gave you in Carmen in this thriller. Like, bitch.
The same energy I gave you on my last album. Like,
and on Lion King.
You can stalk him, but he's checking the corner. Bitch, shut up. Go, somebody get this bitch out of here.
Lord.
Okay, so Mary J. Blige, like, she's still here.
Okay, so this is the part where we were talking about how she was trying to like kill herself kind of, and then how she was staying away from her mom and stuff because she didn't want them to be around her while she was feeling the way that she was feeling or whatever. Right. And it just seemed like I know that all of this was just her being unable to address her childhood trauma, right? So she makes mention a couple of times she was molested. What is she doing, right? Like, so anyway,
I almost want to say her screen is frozen, but we know it's not.
It's not. she was getting her wine for it.
That's a different color wine, y'all. That is a different color of
that isn't in the Snoop Dogg one. Listen, this one is good as shit. Like, wait a minute.
Okay, I'm
good. Thank you. Sorry. Continue.
So anyway, just
bottle of wine once we're done. Anyhow, go ahead. I'm sorry.
We were just talking about how she was kind of unable to address her childhood trauma. She watched her mother get beat in front of her. She also makes mention a couple of times that maybe around she was 5 years old that she was molested.
Yeah.
And so it's just all kind of like just getting to her at this point, right?
Right.
Then it's the section that's called "You'll Be at Peace with Yourself." I mean, we're basically done, really. She made the decision to choose life after, I guess, I just said, and stop chasing death because that's all she was doing.
Yeah, like basically she said she was sitting in her living room and she didn't sleep, and like it's Sunday morning and she like looks up and the windows open and she see clouds.
Yeah,
it's to me like PCP, but what the fuck do I know?
I said a trip. I don't know what kind of drug she's on.
But acid is a great drug unless you depressed.
Listen, motherfucker. What I can tell you for sure, she was high as a motherfucking kite, high as eagle piss. She was so high as motherfucking eagle piss, but she got there and she realized, damn, this shit fucked up. I should really just choose to be better, and then she chose to be better.
Yeah.
And then that's when Tyler Perry showed up, and that's
goodbye, girl.
You know when Chris Rock said that he did the Rick Ross album because it was an apology that we for some shit that we don't know about. Like I felt like that was the Tyler Perry shit because he was like, because Mary could burn it down if she really wanted to. Like, what you doing all this dick riding for, Tyler?
I was like, do you actually know each other? Like,
let us find out that Mary is who got him up off the streets.
Because I was like, why? How the fuck do you know Mary J. Blige? Like, why do you know Mary J. Blige? Like, ugh.
What if Mary knew Oprah before?
What if grown Oprah Winfrey was walking in Yonkers and
singing My Life one day?
Right.
Let me introduce you to Tyler. He also I hate it so much. I just thought that he just rode with Taraji, y'all. Like, I think she put her handbag like a Chihuahua or something, like a Yorkie.
Like Taraji being there made all the sense. Method Man being there made all the sense. Of course, her family. Nas, like you said, we'll accept it. But Tyler, what the fuck are you here for? Like,
maybe did she like do a stage play? Like, I don't know. I'm trying to make it make sense.
His play? Right.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Wait, that shitty ass cop movie, was that a Tyler? That's not a Tyler Perry movie, is it?
I don't think so.
But she was great in Umbrella Academy, so I'm not.
Yeah, she was. I liked her in Umbrella Academy.
Not great, but I liked her.
Okay, I'll give you that. But she definitely was not great.
Wow. Well, guys, and then the last section was just My Life in the Sunshine. They played Be Happy. I cried. Like, it's just a lot. Like,
it was a lot. And then, like, I think at the beginning they were kind of talking about all her accolades, and they're talking about how she made a anthem for like women's empowerment. And I was like, "Is it just fine?" Because my mama loves that song. Just fine, fine. My mom's jam, and I was like, "This is so beautiful."
That's everybody. That's everybody, Mama Jam. Shout out to
Listen, shout out to her. She gonna be excited. I'm gonna go see her in like 2 weeks. We're gonna listen to Just Fine. I'm gonna give her that edible I bought in Colorado. She about to be a blast.
She is gonna be just fine, girl.
Yeah, she is going to be just fine.
I can't wait to see your mama again because I'm coming with all the right things.
She wanted the things, but she didn't want to take the things on the plane.
Right. I'm not gonna say what happened the first time I met VJ Mama, but the three of us know the story, and let's just say I can't wait to hang out with VJ Mama. Goddamn it, she's a beautiful.
One of the last scenes of the movie or the documentary is her 50th birthday, right? Yeah. And she's like surrounded by like Diddy and Andre and everybody. And Andre, I guess he had to have passed right after they had made this, right?
I think it couldn't have been more than a year like after that.
Colorado, I know, right? Drugs.
That dispensary was a beautiful place, girl. Amen. I didn't even smoking. I was like, I see why y'all motherfuckers be running up in here. I see. Okay. I understand the pill. I got you now. I understand. It was offering me shit. I was
good as fuck. I'm sorry, I got the documentary on again while we fucking talking.
Oh no, you're good. It's great. It's great. But that's basically it though.
Yeah, they had a birthday dinner, and I thought what was really cool when Diddy's like, "Oh, you didn't make any wishes," and she was like, "Oh, well, I don't make wishes. I'm just gonna say that whatever is that is in store for me, or my happiness, that it will be, or whatever's for me will be."
Yeah.
And I thought that was dope. I like that too. And I was like, you know what? I appreciated that. Maybe I will stop making birthday
wishes, right?
Yeah,
stop making wishes.
Whatever is for me will simply be. And I think that is a good way to look at it. So good cheers to Mary. I hope that she is in a much better place, and I commend her on letting us be on this journey for her, because I mean, let's face it, in like 91, we were small children. So it's not as if we were like teenagers in 90.
Right. Right.
So,
Right.
I mean, I think that is, again, a testament to her staying power and just how timeless that album is. Because we're talking about it and we all have heard it and listened
This
to
nigga
it.
Scoots laughing. Scoots was, that nigga wasn't alive in 91, I don't think, was he? Scoots, was you alive in 91?
I feel like yes.
He's at least 30, so I think so.
Man.
I think Scoots was born in 91. Look, Scoots, he's trying to play you talking about you don't know who Mary J.
No,
Blige is.
I'm not.
Well,
I remember when we were talking about, because remember I brought up H-Town when we was on H show and he was like, oh, you had a different kind of house party. And I was like,
he's at least that old. And I say that because my cousins were born in 88 and 89 and they're older than 30. They're like 32 and 33. So he's at least that old.
Yeah, because you'd be like,
my
31,
sister was
32.
born in 92 and she's 28.
Yeah, you'd be 31, 32 if you was born in 88, 89, something like that. No doubt.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
All
we're
right.
still kids. So yeah, just shout out to Mary J. Blige because that is some amazing staying power. That is some wild
It
shit.
really is. It really is.
Who else besides
Really
Diggs
is.
was, sucking the soul out of artists like a vampire has had
Right. How did you avoid? I literally
Because she wasn't on Bad Boy. Bad Boy
really
is
what Bad Boy is like a cursed. It's like
once you sign a Bad Boy contract, like that's
It's a
it.
horcrux.
That's how the Lock album starts. You cannot escape the rape. Like that whole album is a fuck Diddy album, and like
the shit is it's literally like a Harry Potter Horcrux, and there's like 7 of those hoes, and you gotta like stab the goddamn contract with like a poison fang, and that's the only thing. That shit was
That's
magic.
the only reason that she hasn't crumbled underneath
and
the
Little
influence
Kim,
of Diddy.
Little Kim, and somebody was like, "Oh, well, Little Kim was signed to Diddy." I said, "No, Diddy was her manager. She was never signed to Bad Boy, and she had a decent career that Diddy could never fuck up."
What is Scoots talking about?
The
The commercial?
With the chicken on the thing. Oh my god, it was so bad.
Burn. You gotta burn.
Speaking of Popeyes, and this is way off track, but did y'all see what Kev on stage was like? Kanye charging $50 for some chicken strips. The lady from Popeyes, she better not be talking. I better walk back there. She better be in the head net frying.
Don't tell me what's in it. Don't tell me what's in it, bitch. Make it.
That nigga said Colonel Sanders himself better rise from the goddamn dead.
Be flouring that chicken, nigga.
That's somebody who, God bless him. Kanye's still here with us, but he ain't got the same staying power as Mary J. Blige.
Not at all. Okay, well, guys, that's it.
That's it.
This was the Mary J. Blige My Life documentary that can be found on Amazon Prime. Like I said, it's like right under an hour and a half, so you guys should totally watch it whenever you get an opportunity. You'll love it. It's
Bring your
hard not to.
tissues.
Bring your tissues.
We
Get
made
your
it
Spotify
funny.
queued up. Yeah,
We make
for real.
everything funny.
We made it funny.
We
It
do.
ain't funny.
It ain't funny.
It's not funny.
But it's good. It's good as hell though, and you'll enjoy. It'll be some parts that you'll enjoy for real, sure.
One day we made a documentary about a white dude that raped all black guys. Funny. We can make anything.
It's true.
I forgot all about that. Oh, we did. Oh.
We made interracial prom funny.
We did. We made interracial prom hilarious.
But none of us
Okay.
shit that I think the only funny shit that we ever was supposed to make fun of was the Wonderful World of the Whites, and they made fun of themselves.
Man, that's where it all started, guys.
I feel like if we ever like get
That was amazing.
like some big ass podcast award when we like 50 and shit for this shit, like they gonna like have somebody from the white family.
It's gonna be this. It's gonna be Dennis is this.
Amazing.
Dennis is this.
This all,
Y'all are this.
this all started from a podcast about white people going through Taco Bell drive-thru after they lost an infant because the infant was full of coke.
Yep.
and them saying, "Can I get 2 of your fiestas?" She lost her baby.
She lost her baby.
She lost her baby. She doesn't have the baby. That's it.
Let me get 2 fiestas. All right, guys, that's it. This is all.
We love you. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank guys.
I'm Chris. That's VJ. Penrose at the bottom. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.